Kaveh, violinist and music educator, back today with the second lesson in my new lesson series, Essential Elements for Strings, Book 2. Already gave you 30 lessons in Essential Elements, Book 1, and you can find that by exploring my channel and looking for the playlist called Essential Elements, Book 1. And now we're creating a new playlist for Essential Elements Book 2. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel to make sure you're aware of new lessons as they pop up. And get out your book, Essential Elements for Strings Book 2, with a purple stripe at the top with a picture of the violin on the front. Open up to page 4. Make sure your violin is in tune with the tuner that I told you to get on your phone, so you can pause the video to tune. And we're going to go on to the top of page 4 and review the key signature of G major. Remember, G major, all the notes are natural except for F sharp. So F sharp on the violin, and you're going to play with me now, is high 2 on the D string. Go ahead, F sharp. High 2 on the D string. And first finger on the tape on the E string. Go ahead and find that now. And if we have a G above an F sharp, a half step above, it's going to be a low 2. Find that now. Low 2, G on the E string. And let's find C, also called C natural, on the A string, low 2. Good. Ready to play a G major scale? Number 10, G major. Here we go. 1, 2, big bows now. Whole bow. Keep your wrist straight. Whole bow. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you get it? Don't forget about keeping your wrist straight, your fingers close, and doing big bows, playing forte. Number 10, G major scale, one more time. 1, 2, big bows, wrist straight. High 2. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. Good work, people. If any of these are too hard, you're going to want to pause the video to practice, but I'm going to go on to number 11, the G major arpeggio. Here we go with the arpeggio. I'm going to count to 4, and then you're going to play. 1, 2, 3, and now. Again, go. If that was hard, pause the video to practice and play number 11 maybe about 400 or 500 times. And you're back. So now you're going to want to see that we have intervals coming up, and intervals are distances between two notes. And we have small intervals like seconds, thirds, and medium intervals, fourths, fifths, and sixths, and larger intervals like sevenths and octaves. And we're going to be playing that now, and I'll talk to you while we play number 12, scale intervals. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, now. Second, G, to a third, to B, G, to C is a fourth, G to D is a fifth, G to E is a sixth, G to F sharp is a seventh, G to G is an octave. One more time, go! Fourth, fifth, sixth. Octave. Good. The intervals you just learned are called generic intervals, sometimes called simple intervals. They're intervals that you're going to learn later in the book where we get more specific about the names of those intervals. Going on to number 13, Chester, Andante, which means at a walking pace. We're going to play with the dynamics. Don't forget to look out for that hooked bowing, up bow staccato, 2 up bow notes on those 2 Ds or E's. Here we go with Chester, and if it's too hard, go ahead and pause the video to practice. But here we go with Chester. 1, 2, G major, now. Lift your bow and up, up. Slurs. Bow lift softly. Up, up, softly. Slurs. Bow lift and slurs. Separate bows. Slur, slur, and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. Let's do the last 4 measures 3 times in a row, just to remind you of how to practice when you come to something that's hard. So the last line, the 3rd line, you're going to go to the 2nd measure of the 3rd line. That's the last 4 measures, and play it with me 3 times in a row. Here's the last 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, now. That's 1. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, last 4, go. Third time, here we go. 1, 2, 3, now. Good. If you got it 3 times in a row, good job. Good work if you didn't, but you're going to want to start the count over at 0 for that little Lego that we're polishing up and making better and then putting back into the song. Let's play the whole song, number 13, Chester, together. And I won't talk this time, I think. 1, 2, 3, now. Going up to the top of page 5 now, you're going to want to review again the key signature of G major, so all the songs have a low 2 on the A and the E string. The other notes are on the tapes on page 5. And also something new is the tempo marking of allegro, which means fast. So it's really important not to play too fast as an intermediate student, and also to practice really slowly if something's hard. But when you get good at it, you can speed it up to whatever fast means to you, allegro. Here we go with number 14, the G major scale with a different rhythm. Don't forget about the low 2s, which are marked with those little arrows pointing down. All the other notes are open or on the tape in number 14. We're going to play it twice. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Lift. One more time, go. Low, 2. Low, low. Low. Good. Same finger pattern for the G major arpeggio. Remember, arpeggios are notes that skip in the scale. Here we go. G major arpeggio. 1 and 2 and 3, now. Again. Good. And we're going on to intonation. Intonation means how well each note is played in tune. So if I play out of tune, it means my fingers are in the wrong place. Let me show you. G major arpeggio, out of tune. G major arpeggio, more in tune. So, my suggestion is if you know you're playing out of tune, especially on a held note, that immediately you slide your finger into the right place. So I'll show you an example of that. I'm going to correct it while I'm playing. Did you hear I played B out of tune a little bit low and I slid it back to the right place? Did you hear that B? Let me show you on the G. Slide your finger back and forth to the right place right when you know it's out of tune. So you don't wait and leave it there. In order to do this, you're going to have a very relaxed left hand. So why don't you practice that with me now? Let's slide a high 2 on the G string into a low 2 on the G string. Can you try that again? In order to do this, relax your hands. You got to relax your fingers to slide. Because if you squeeze too tight, you're not going to be able to fix the note while you're playing. Here's number 16. Really listen to hear if you're in tune with me. If your second finger especially is not, slide it immediately to fix it. 1 and 2 and 3, go. Again. One more time. A part. And a really good thing to do is if you have a parent who's a musician, play this for them and ask your parents, does this sound in tune? If they're a singer, they should know if it sounds in tune or not as well. Going on to the OUTBACK, Allegro. I'm going to play it fast, but if it's too hard, you're going to want to pause the video to practice. Allegro means fast. And also in G major, don't forget about the low 2s. Number 17. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. One more time, I'll count to 4. 1, 2, 3, now. All right, good work people today. And you're going to want to go ahead and subscribe to this channel down below. Hit all those buttons. Make sure you're subscribed to my playlist, Essential Elements for Strings Book 2. Remember, this is Book 2. And you can also explore my channel for original music that I wrote and some other gear reviews. Again, my name's Kaveh. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.